Welcome to Image TV podcast, Image, Spits, Knowledge, and Wisdom. Thank you for tuning in. I am King Image, and this is podcast, Image, Spits, Knowledge, and Wisdom, and we got something special for you today. Number 7, episode 7, EP 7, however you want to say it. You ready? You better get excited because it is time to stop and love yourself. That's what we're going to be talking about today. How to stop and love yourself. In the last episode, we talked about how to acquire confidence. How to acquire confidence. And in this episode, we're talking about how to stop and love yourself. How do I stop and love myself? Why do I gotta stop to love myself? What do I gotta stop to love myself? We're gonna talk about all that and stop and love yourself. The first thing is we're gonna talk about is stop and see your growth. Stop and see your growths and acknowledge your fails. I'm gonna let that sink in. Stop and see your growth and acknowledge your fails, because nobody gonna tell you that you're growing. I found that out the hard way. Nobody told me, Chris, you're growing. I had some people come around and tell me like, oh, you're light. You have light. I'm like, okay, cool. But what that got to do with what I got to do and figuring out my purpose? Stop and love yourself. And to do that, you got to stop and see you growth. See you growing like a little flower. Like when you planted that seed of turning your truths, turning your lies into truths. When you planted that seed and it blossomed into, okay, I lied because of this. And now I can be more honest with myself about my present and my future. So now I can stop and love myself like, dang, look at the growth I done went through. But also, look at the fails I done went through. Because the fails is nothing bad. When you fall, if you don't get up, you might get ran over, depending on where you fall. How high you fall. But if you don't get back up, man, you quit. And some people get back up and still quit. Like, no, that wasn't for me. It was too hard. I tried, But forget that. Stop and see your fails. Stop and see your growths. Acknowledge these things and see them within yourself, and you'll be able to understand how to start loving yourself. Dang, I failed in that. Why did I fail? What the things that I done to fall? Oh. Because I wasn't being the person that I was purposed to be. Because at that time, I really didn't know. So now, I could be the person I'm purposed to be when I see my growths and I acknowledge my fails. And also, how to stop and love yourself. How to stop and love yourself. You got to see everything as it is. See, that's some people's problem right there. That was my problem for a long time. I couldn't see everything as it is because the life that I was living and the environment I was in and the environment and the life I wanted to go into, completely different. So I had to see everything as it is. Be realistic with yourself. Be real with yourself. This is how you love on yourself. Because if you be real with yourself, then you won't fall into trips and traps and pitfalls and holes that you don't see moving too fast, having too much distractions, having too many things on your plate. See everything as it is. Damn, I don't know nothing right now. But if I stop and find out what I like, what makes me have fun, because when somebody have fun, they enjoy themselves. Enjoy. That means you had joy in your heart. Enjoy yourself. How can you enjoy yourself? Well, see everything as it is and don't stop trying to control things that's not in your control. Only control your mind, your spirit, your soul. And then everything else will control itself around you. And another thing of how to stop and love yourself is don't worry about things you can't control. Don't worry about it. Meaning, don't contemplate on the things that you can't control and create something that's going to make you fear. You don't want to start fearing now. Uh-oh. That's a whole nother episode. You feel me? Control yourself. And watch everybody want to control themselves too. Your environment start to change. You start to exude peace and love and happiness just by sitting there. Just by being present in people's lives, they will see something different in you. And they'll be like, hold on, bro, what you been doing? Where you been going? What you been drinking? What's your diet plan? Like, you looking mighty, mighty healthy. I don't worry about things I can't control. I don't stress myself out. I don't depress myself into the bed so I got to sleep and rest and get lazy. Start procrastinating. And then you stop loving yourself. When you start procrastinating on the things that you say that you was going to do and succeed in, or just see if you like it or not. But you didn't give yourself the chance. Why? Because you're trying to control things that you can't control. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know if it's going to be good. Make a decision. Do it or not. Stop being indecisive. And start making decisions. Somebody had to tell me that. Billy the BSA said, stop being indecisive and start making decisions. Leaders make decisions. Boys be indecisive. Men make decisions, whether they're for the better of you or for the better of us. We're going to make the decision that is appropriate for the time and the place and the things that we're doing. Stop and love yourself. Stop and ponder on the ways you can love yourself. Stop and create habits to love yourself. Replace these bad habits with hating yourself, putting yourself down. Bring yourself up. Lift yourself out your stupor. Go watch the last episode again if you didn't, because you got to build some confidence to do this. You got to have confidence like, hey, I ain't going to stop a shot of a doubt because I know who I am. Because once you get them lies and make it unto truths, you start understanding who your true self is. And when you know who your true self is, you know how to truly love yourself. And when you know how to truly love yourself, it's no problem loving anybody else, whether they love you back or not. Thanks for tuning in to Image TV Network. I am King Image. This is podcast Image Spits Knowledge and Wisdom. Hey, the next episode is coming soon. Y'all stay tuned and share this with your family, friends. So like, comment, subscribe. It ain't mandatory though. Hit me up and stay tuned. Hey, go down in the comments. Hit me up. This the new word I want y'all to comment on because nobody does it. But somebody gonna do it one day. Watch. This the word right here. 9 ether beings. Put that in the comments. 9 ether beings. Ether. If you don't know what ether is, look it up. Peace. We up out of this. Peace.